Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We're doing a daily today. Apparently, we were Apollyon, and then we became Isaac briefly for a second there. Let me check out how we did. Yesterday's daily was good, actually. Have I ever used this leaderboard before? I can't find myself. There we go. We came 77th with a 0.87 percentile finish, 36,151 points. That's pretty solid. Today's daily is Apollyon to the Cathedral, which means we want it to be Apollyon through to Delirium. The Void, whatever you want to... It's confusing because there's an item called the Void, and then also... you want to go to the Void, but then on the Void you fight Delirium. Maybe it's not that confusing and I'm actually just silly. I will take Quad Shot. Quad Shot, good. Triple Shot, worth possibly rerolling. But for now, I'm feeling like... oh, that's a library. Oh, one library is so useful because we're Apollyon. This is gonna hurt. Oh, maybe not. This room is actually horrible. He's done it. He's still done it. Wait, no, it's not a library, necessarily at least. Because there is, it's a double key room. I thought that was going to be our shop, which would mean that it was a library above there. But normally, like, if it is a library, it was pretty close to the spawn, but I'm less sure of myself now. A library as Apollyon is amazing, because normally you don't want to hold the books over Void. In almost no situation does that make sense, because they almost all have the same amount of charges as Void does, but it doesn't matter that much. First things first, blow this up and grab the bomb, and then that ensures that we can get over here. Plus we have that battery charge ready for the future. So we got a lot of money, but no actual keys. Still a problem, but not that bad, and we can still use the Void once on this floor at least. Twice on this floor at least, I should say, but, or at most, maybe. Yeah, anyway, the library is good because we want to suck up the... we want to suck up the good action there. We want to get into that book hole and just suck them straight down. That's not unfamily friendly, right? That's probably friendly. There's the... you suck down a milkshake. It's not only dirty things you suck down. We have a couple more enemies to kill here, and then we'll be moving onwards, but for now, nothing to fear. This is a key, I guarantee it personally. Told ya. Got another battery charge. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, we're probably not actually going to get any ability to open those doors. It's fine. Really, Megan, it's fine. But not what I was looking for. We can open the shop. Do you want to open the shop on the first floor? I stand by that bomb usage, unfortunately, but yeah, I think we open the shop. Keep in mind that if we get something that's half decent, that might be our second secret room, actually. If we get something that's half decent, we can just buy it. If we get something that's, like, not that good, but has an okay effect, we could Apollyon it, or Void it, rather. Like, maybe it actually makes sense to buy Compost and then suck it down. And then I'm also going to grab the Spirit Heart just to maximize our chances of making something happen with respect to the deal with the devil. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't think being able to use Compost once every 6 rooms is really going to change things that much. Hello.
Hello.
Have fun.
Thank you.
I'm a little concerned Apollyon normally is a once every 2 rooms play. I'm very happy we have the Spirit Heart now, although I would be happier to have the Spirit Heart after finishing this boss fight, I suppose. Yep. For that exact reason right there. But half a Spirit Heart is still usually good enough. I think I should be content to land like 3 out of the 4 shots or 2 out of the 4 shots consistently to keep ourselves as far back as we can get to maintain a certain facade of safety, which is all we can ever get against this jerk. Good work. Okay. Pentagram's fine. No need to suck it up. In hindsight, I actually am thinking to myself that Compost was a terrible pickup. It just doesn't make sense for a, I was getting too interested in being clever with Apollyon. Or with the Void, for that matter. Okay, get some of the names right, if possible. So, like, it is clever And now whenever we use the Void, we're going to get some extra flies out of it, but it wasn't, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, if you know what I mean. Okay, bombs are key. Is good to know, but actually it's a rare situation, but it would have been useful for us to actually have it do something for us. Like if we'd had a single bomb, that would have been nice, but of course we do not. So we are bordering on not being able to make our item room on this floor. Very worrisome. Hopefully we can get like a cardboard box or something like that here. You know the deal with the Void as well. You just kind of wait it out. You don't want to use it to get the compost effect. You want to wait until you can maximize items that are otherwise bad. Like, we don't really want to suck up Guppy's Paw. This is actually like a very tough situation. I think we should try to become Guppy. And maybe take the HP right off the bat. But don't suck it up. Suck up this instead. So we got a speed and shot speed increase. And I think this is going to be a challenge. This run is going to have some interesting stuff going on here. I'm going to go to the curse room because we kind of need to shoot for the fences here. And we get Gimpy, which with 0 luck is not that good, but it's pretty okay. And then this won't be a secret room. Please be a bomb and a key. Small Rock is also great. In fact, might actually be better. But yeah, this is a weird one, dude. Luckily, we're on pace, but I like it. For all the times that I'm saying this is some weird stuff going on right here, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I think we've ended up in a pretty good situation where I had a schedule, our damage is fine, and we've gotten, especially in the last floor, we got a lot of improvements. However, there was a seam that we left behind there. If we had gone to the curse room early and gotten that bomb, bombs or key could have allowed us to get into our item room, but it would have cost us the chance to get Small Rock probably. So there's going to be a lot of variance on this run, and I'm happy with that. Does variance favor me or that was really bad. Does variance favor me or penalize me? I don't really care. It's just it makes for a more engaging daily, I think, when you're not just checking off the items on your to-do list, and instead you're actually kind of putting your own stamp, your own mark of approval on the run, if you will. Who's your mark of approval? My mark of approval is Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, people might accuse you of being a little preachy sometimes, but I appreciate that you stand up for what you believe in. One makes you small is okay. Keep fighting that good fight, Mark Ruffalo. I look forward to seeing you in Thor Ragnarok, coming to theaters this summer. There's really just no consumables on this run. Which is, I guess, you know, it makes Gimpy all the more valuable. So I really did try to wait that out and see if it could blow up the mushrooms, but instead it looked like it was very likely to just explode in my face. Just like you did to me. PJ's very useful right now. We just need the spirit hearts. It's not... Oh, I really thought that might be a second secret room. It's a very whelming item. Like, it doesn't actually improve our long-term chances too much, but so be it. So there was a key back there. We just need one bomb in order to make that happen. But that has been hard to come by so far. Well, you know what? I have to own up to the fact that I think we did make a major mistake, and it's related to compost, but it's not actually the problem of picking up compost and sucking it up, which was a waste of money. It's more that we wasted a key, and who knows what that key could have turned into. Would it have turned into anything useful on that item room? Possibly. Probably not to an extreme extent, but you never know. As soon as you miss an item room, you've got a big question mark on your run. Host hat is fine. I don't know. Maybe we should have sucked it up. I should remember that I have Void, but it's not that bad to begin with. And immunity to explosions in some situations can be incredible. Right, okay, don't do that. I thought I would just spam battery charges to get compost plays. And we can do that, but we should just store one up now. Buttercup baby, just to let you down. At least we're still ahead of schedule. Like, boss rush should be no challenge. What would be nice is getting an active item that actually allows for boss rush to be a little easier. You know, the common choice there is like Box of Friends. Although we have no familiars. Yo, it's extremely fast champion chub with no bombs that does 1 full heart of damage every time it hits. I am against that. I am highly against that. But he's dead, presumably. Damage penalty is going to mean a lot here, but I really think that, I mean, to be honest with you, I wonder what percentage of people saw their HP get somewhat low and decided not to go into the curse room that had Gimpy. Gimpy may or may not be the be-all end-all here, but I think it has a chance to, you know, maybe be the be-some end-some. Okay, that's good stuff. We at least got our Spirit Heart back. Plenty of red hearts, which is functionally completely worthless. But devil chance on this floor, so I think we made the right call. Why didn't I take Guppy's Paw, by the way? Well, the thing is, there are situations in which we'd want to use Void without costing ourselves HP, so I just think, like, any item that messes with your HP in a way that could be negative is not necessarily the kind of thing you want to suck up with Void. And keep in mind, we've done this before. Like, almost every mistake in Isaac we've made. Which is why I'm like a semi-competent player today, is because I have first-hand experience basically messing everything up that you can mess up, so. And that's good, you know? It's a reminder that it's a positive learning lesson. Even mistakes, what was the fable? It's like, you know, to become a master, you gotta make 10,000 mistakes. What about that old dude over there? He's old as dirt. How many mistakes has he made? And he goes, common mistake. That's not 10,000 mistakes, that's one mistake 10,000 times. Or 1,000 times for every 10 mistakes. Look, okay, if you get the chance to edit, it's phrased more elegantly. I think that's indisputable. I'm just saying, you get the general gist of the fable here. So again, ahead of schedule. A little bit, let's say International, you don't get any consumables day. If we can fly, which is not implausible that could show up in the future. If we can fly, we can get a free bomb and a key, which I suppose if we add a lot of water to, we could stretch out for 8 or 9 floors. There we go, we got a key, and the stain is not that bad. So as of right now, we've gotten, I think our Void aggregate is at like 1 speed and shot speed increase. Not really the difference between a good run and a bad run, but I'm never going to say no to our first speed upgrade on a daily. It's always nice to be able to go a little bit faster. We did get a deal with the devil. Polydactyl is pretty good. Oh, it's Brimstone, so we just win then. I don't think we want it. I had to think about it pretty hard. I'm going to suck that up. We get damage and range. Range is useless, but the damage is nice. Okay, so with Brimstone, we're in a great spot, but our rate of fire is going to be not good because of Quad Shot. So it is still a risky decision to pick this item up, but the idea behind it, as you might expect, is that we will kill every enemy as soon as we touch them. So we do have to worry, but I don't think we're in that bad of a situation. And I chose not to take Tears Up, please. Doctor's remote. I mean, if we can find a battery charge, it's technically maybe worth sucking up, but try it out here. I chose not to take our Necronomicon because it just seemed like an unnecessary pickup at this point. Sure, we could have voided it, but we usually don't want to use Void to damage enemies. Although on Boss Rush, it would have been nice, but at the same time, on Boss Rush, who cares about getting, you know, a Necronomicon against 2 bosses? It's not going to do enough damage to be worth too much, right? So instead, we have a little bit more HP, which is something that I think is going to serve us relatively well. Is this a bombs or key again? No, it's a paralysis. Which almost hurt us, but again, continues the track record of paralysis mostly just being kind of annoying. So, what's the game plan here? Well, honestly, it's going really well. We could use some tiers upgrades, but Void, more so than like many other items in the game, gives us a great ability to get more. Please jump. Well, not at the same time. It gives us a great ability to get more tiers upgrades than you would expect on an average run. Good. Consumables. Did we actually just get some consumables? I feel like I might be dreaming. I don't know what an Isaac run is supposed to look like when you actually have keys to work out in your favor. Another killer item, like let's assume that we have a chance to get tiers upgrades just through voiding items we're not that fond of. An easy way for us to imagine winning the run, but not necessarily winning it quickly enough to get a good score, is to just get Dark Bomb. And Dark Bomb at this point, might as well I guess, is excellent for us. We will take Pop a Fly. I do like the Beelzebub enabling. I'll admit readily that, you know, it's also a voidable item. But Pop a Fly is an item for which I have a little bit more respect for. Maybe I'm just in my old age, I'm appreciating what every item brings to the table. You know, not every item can be a Brimstone, but you still need Pop a Flies in the rotation. We're doing very well here, regardless. And I'm trying to think, you know, I'm a weasel. I'm trying to figure out, is there any way that we could destroy our enemies? Oh, that was really bad. And not our enemies in this game, but is there any way we could destroy our enemies' leaderboard positions? And I think the answer is we might not be that far ahead of the curve. I'm just gonna speed up here because I do worry about us not making it in time for boss rush despite having Brimstone. Plus, we went to both special rooms, so... is everybody gonna have the HP necessary to get Brimstone? I guess if you didn't go... It's range plus luck. You know what? Yeah, okay. I actually am not that pleased with myself because I think luck is really useful. Range is useless, but it's like luck plays very, very well with Gimpy. But the fact that it gave us tiers upgrades means I think I made the right decision for me there. Anyway, it also reduced our rate of fire, or it increased our rate of fire by like a factor of 1/6, which is really good. Luck up. There we go. So we've evened it out, although we would have been at 2 luck regardless. But let's just ignore that. I think the ideal play here is really to save as much HP as possible. So we do maybe want to go into that curse room and then Emperor out. But we're going to save that for later on this floor, as you might expect. Anyway, yeah, that's the way that we might... Well, I mean, first off, that's the way I like it. But also, that's the way that we get, like, a huge swing on this run. If somehow we get Brimstone and not everybody did, we're in a much better situation than I could have constructed for myself otherwise, so... And if we can get down to, like... 57 rate of fire is not that bad, but if we can get down to, like... 35, maybe? I'm just spitballing a number. Don't take that as, like, gospel or anything, but if we can get down to, like, 35, gonna be in a great spot. So this is obvious. You take Satanic Bible, and then you go Void, and you just see what else you can get here. You, I think, blow this up. I don't know if this matters too much. Then you suck that up. Okay, so now HP is 0% a concern. We can actually, you know, we have enough consumables to find secret rooms, which is amazing to me. It's like, what have I done to deserve this? Must have been very good in a past life or something to have bombs and actually be able to do stuff like this. You know what? I think we void... It's a tough call because we could use the money for points, if nothing else. And you know what? I'm gonna suck up the quarter here. Just because, I mean, it's points, but we got a damage upgrade instead. Will we make up for the loss in points with the speed at which we go through the rest of this run? Maybe, maybe not. So Trinket Smelter deserves to be sucked up if we can do it. At this point, like a golden chest might be the right call for us, but... just keep yourself going okay here. You're not doing a bad job. I was just thinking, like, am I going to go back for the curse room? And the answer right now is probably not. But I don't know. It's just a long walk, you know? I know we can Emperor back, but we could also use the Emperor to nearly guarantee ourselves a hush play. Yeah, I think we say forget the curse room. But then are we not going to suck up Trinket Smelter? Because we're not quite going to have enough charges. I guess we're not going to suck up Trinket Smelter. Because we have to do boss rush, and we have to make the hush fight on this one, so... it does suck, but... I mean, that's basically the comeuppance I get for sucking up the quarter. Like, I'm happy with the results we got, but we may have missed out on sucking up Trinket Smelter as a result. Now, it's not like we're rolling in amazing trinkets right now, but... still. Okay, that's good stuff. We do want the Polaroid. We do want this deal with the devil. It's a good floor to get Krampus, honestly, because we get a deal with the devil before our Eternal Heart matures. And when our Eternal Heart matures, we can get a deal cheaper. So we want Rune Bag for certain, unless we want to suck up 2 items here. Because Piercing Shot does nothing. Rune Bag... I mean, runes are great. But you know I'm a little eager to get something better. You know what? I actually stand by that as being a decent decision. We got a nice rate of fire increase that I'm gonna be okay with. Do, just dance. And we're gonna use a Satanic Bible in the form of the Void. Oh, I forgot about you. Whenever plausible here. So I think that we're doing very well on today's daily, actually. I don't think we've made every decision properly, but I think the aggregate of our decisions has been correct. Like, I think we have a correct-ish run here. And as you can see, the damage is pretty ridiculous. I'm not sure how much benefit we're getting. Might as well just use it. I'm not sure how much benefit we're getting out of Lump of Coal, but, you know, its existence is nice regardless. The Emperor card actually now takes on kind of a unique role. Because we can use it to get out of a Delirium fight that we get to, more or less accidentally, you know what I mean? Like, if we accidentally walk into the Delirium fight before we're ready, we can teleport. We might teleport back into the Delirium room, but we probably wouldn't. Ideally. Either way, keep it up here. Just keep backing yourself into a corner. The corner is where, you know, that's my natural home. You ever see an old Archie comic where, like, Jughead is painting a kitchen and he accidentally paints himself into the corner where the fridge is, and they go, "Ha ha, you idiot, you've painted yourself into the corner," and then Jughead just starts eating mad sandwiches. By the way, there was a Tinted Rock in there. But what do we care? We're already at max HP and we have Small Rock, so it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, that's me. I'm Jughead in the corner eating mad sandwiches, which is also my preferred murder weapon in the Clue universe, or as I call it, the Clueniverse. Which is not the George Clooney-verse. Those are two different things. So, you might think I'm being... And I would be being... a little needlessly protective here. I don't like doing this room. I actually, like, in my advanced Isaac age, I'm not saying I'm old, but I played a lot of Isaac. I actually think that that might be consistently the toughest room. So what is, like, I like to talk about what we're doing right, but I also like to talk about what we're doing wrong. And what's the major, like, problem with this run? Well, we didn't really overpower the Void. Or Void, rather, not the Void. So we don't have any sincere breaking potential. You know, where's our, like, blank card Yera Void? I say this as somebody who took the rune bag and kicked it out of the game, so I understand why we don't have it, but you get the idea, right? Where's our ability to get a bunch of consumables and really, or break the game even, but amp up our score is what I'm trying to say. Pump the jam, pump it up while our feet are stumping. Just keep moving along here. We've got very little to worry about. Still, I know I repeat that a lot, but, you know, I can tend, believe it or not, to be an anxious person. That was me overthinking how to pronounce anxious, so I said anxious, which is not, I think, a real word. But, I mean, if we're being honest, though, the X has no reason to exist in the English language. It really is only used in science fiction and fantasy names. Now, if your name's Xavier, or like Jackson with an X, I'm not hating on you, okay? You're innocent in this. Even if you named yourself, that's okay. We've all been victims of thinking that, you know, a name that's not that cool is cool. And if you take offense to that, I don't want to be rude, but freaking get over it, man, okay? Your name doesn't have to be cool. It's just... Your name is a tool so the government can identify you and send you your voter registration card and be like, hey, we want you to have your say in democracy. Did you think I was going to go in like a tinfoil hat direction there? No, I appreciate, you know, that the bureaucracy on some level keeps me abreast of the situations at hand in my local community. It's really just an identification number. So that you can do things in the world and people will know that you did them, not some other Jackson. But the X, if we're cutting the letter out of the English language, it's gotta go. There's a few letters that are like that, like we don't need C and S as far as I'm concerned, just make up your mind. And you're gonna say that this is ridiculous, but, you know, I'm an adept speaker of the English language, believe it or not. I don't think I have a mastery, necessarily, on the level of... Oh, right, we can fly. I don't think I have a mastery on the level of, you know, like a... Oh, we could fly on that room? What? That was weird. On the level of, you know, like a David Foster Wallace or something like that, but I can, in real time, construct sentences that convey advanced ideas about how I'm feeling, and also, you know, are constructed in a way to elicit a certain reaction out of the people listening. However, English is unnecessarily complicated. I don't speak Korean, but I learned to read the Korean alphabet in like 2 hours, and that served me very well when I was going to Korea, you know? I could go to the convenience store and be like, Suregi Bongtu Juseo, and then they're like, oh, this dude wants some garbage bags. Not a surprise, you know? Looks like he's wearing a garbage bag right now. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, you get the idea. You know why? Is because King Sejong, way back in like the 16th century, was like, this whole reading thing is way too hard. How are peasants supposed to figure out how to read? They're spending all day tilling the freaking fields. And our language is just like, it's going to take years of study for them to master. So, he's like, hey, smart linguist dudes. Yeah, I think we do want that. Smart linguist dudes. And dudettes. I mean, to be fair, I'm just not familiar that much with the history of it, so it could be either way. Make the language easier. So they did. And then he just came out with like a press release and is like, starting this weekend, we're using this version of the language, and, you know, it's all been hunky-dory ever since, I think. Surely there's been no major news out of the Korean Peninsula since then, so it must have been positive. We get no deal with the devil, which means that I am going to suck up Super Bandage and get damage and luck, which is actually... It's Liberty Cap. Damage and luck, which is very important for us. We got pretty much everything on that floor. I also think we did not get hit, so we did pretty much as good as we could have. We're going to crack into all these, of course. Experimental treatment. These are good rooms to suck, if we're being honest. So, you probably don't want to suck up the D-Infinity, but you also don't want to take triple shot. So, it's a tough call there. So, I think you come in here and you suck this room. We got luck plus shot speed. Steven's great. I don't think we want the Eternal Heart. Plus 1 damage, I am not really that worried about that. That's pretty good. I guess we'll take Battery Baby for Satanic Bible purposes. I'll pay 7 cents to get a trinket, and the trinket is butter. This might lead to voiding itself, so I'm not interested. Give me the D6 or something. I don't know. Give me the D12. Which I want to keep void in case that's not abundantly clear. All right, so let's get going here. Again, I don't think that we've made universally great decisions over the course of this run, but I think the composite of our decisions is very, very good, which is just a hoity-toity way of saying that I think that we have constructed a great run for ourselves. Let's put it in driving terms, you know? Usually I use school metaphors, but let's put it in driving terms. We didn't follow every turn that the, you know, navigation system told us to make, because sometimes you're driving and it goes, turn right onto Cypress Street. And then you look and Cypress Street has a big freaking sign on it, and the sign says no entry except bicycles, and you think to yourself, what a wonderful world. But actually, like, that's a real anecdote. There's a friend of mine in Vancouver who lives just off Cypress Street, and I have to drive to him sometimes, and it's harrowing, you know? These tiny streets with cars parked on both sides. Some of the streets are for bikes only, some of the streets are one way, and they all have one lane roundabouts. But I love going down there because I'm like, you know what? Everyone's biking around, having a good time. Does it make life inconvenient for drivers? Yeah, but as a driver and a cyclist, although I spend way more time driving, it's nice that there's a little area you can putter around. Oh, I'll take my bike down to JJ Bean. Can I have a soy smocha maca latte? If you laughed at that, fudge you, buddy. Because JJ Bean, they make some good coffees, okay? And every single one of their stores has a unique decor, which contributes to the false notion that you're in a local coffee shop. Actually, you're in a regional coffee shop. All right. Well, I mean, that was actually bad to get hit twice there, but we're not too poorly off here. We need to go this way. I know, by the way, people are gonna be like, you baby, just go to... Or, like, suck up the D-Infinity. This isn't how I go. It might be the right course of action, and that's gotta bum you out more than anything at all, is that the D-Infinity might actually be the play in order to maximize your points on this run. But on a daily, I zane it up, dude. I don't know if these runs have started. They're probably a couple days from starting to go up, but I've been doing some It's the Key runs lately. Somewhere between 1 and infinity, It's the Key runs. So, like, get ready for some zane is all I can say. This is the last bastion of a lack of zaniness, which I think is perhaps important. To keep my sanity. Otherwise, you know, if you do not stare into the zane, lest ye become the zane. That's not really how the expression goes. It's like, you know, beware staring into the zane, lest ye become the zane. So we're going for straight up raw stats. No go on the raw stats. My STD test is flawless. Regardless, we don't want to get involved with all the lawyers. I do want to do everything on this floor. Again, people have told me, and I defend to the death their right to do this, because, I mean, you might have gone into these dailies a couple of months ago being like, I'm going to be honorable about dailies. Dailies are a good opportunity for the Isaac community to figure out who's the best, and I don't... Kind of a weird call, huh? I don't actually disagree with that at all. So you can't actually suck up Pandora's box anymore. It only works once, so you might as well just take it and use it, and it gave us nothing. So we might as well have just not taken it and saved some points. But with the dailies and how they've been lately, I think you can understand why I'm okay with people sort of cheesing them up a little bit, because, I mean, have you seen some of these dailies that just, like, don't give us a damage upgrade? Ever? That's not that fun. Dude, break the game. By all means. Show the game that you mean business. We don't really care about sucking up Mr. Boom, to be honest with you. I think we should do this. There's a good chance this is Delirium. It wasn't, which is actually great for us. Suck up that. So we got damage and speed, and we got teleported across the map to another boss room, which is awesome. I think we probably want to suck up Demon Baby. We've certainly, you know, we've made up for lost time with respect to the Void item here. We got a luck upgrade, and we're fighting another boss. Does it teleport you, like, to all bosses that are not... It's pretty good. Does it teleport you to all bosses that are not Delirium first? Because if that's the case, like... That's a really effective blank card Emperor, you know? By the way, what I was going to say before I got sidetracked is that... I think that is Delirium, but before I got sidetracked, I was going to say... The right play is to do every single room, and then... we want Emperor, of course. Do every single room, and then... Go into the Delirium... Oh, that was so bad. Go into the Delirium fight. That was so much worse. And just press Alt F4. I'm not going to do that. This will probably teleport us to... Yeah, I was going to say Delirium. I want to fight Delirium, plus you guys will flip and roast me. If I do that. So we're not going to do that. Don't worry your pretty little heads about it. We're going to fight Delirium. We're not going to teleport. So give me a moment here. I'm going to actually drop that stuff. Oh! Well, it's actually not that bad. I lost Liberty Cap and I lost the Emperor card. But I wanted to get the Spirit or the Demon Heart. Oh, you know what? The big deal is that I lost the Spirit Heart that we would have had thanks to Gimpy there. At least Battery Baby has paid for itself. Like, I'm happy it's... Oh, dude, Host Hat is blocking the explosions for us. This is like Battery Baby and Host Hat are finally proving their worth. So I took a little bit... I think I played pretty badly on the Delirium fight, but everything else on this run is actually good. And I stand by enjoying this daily, but also the fact that this daily was like a... Oh my fucking god. A rare, like, really fun daily. I hate that I lost about 1,500 points just in damage from fighting him, but... I mean, I don't want to insult dailies, because people are going to say, if you don't like the dailies, why are you playing them? You know, it's a self-policing thing. You got no reason to play them if you think that... You idiot. You've got no reason to play them if you think that they're not fun and you're not having fun with them. I usually do have fun with the dailies. I just, you know, there have been notable examples of dailies that are, I think, almost objectively not fun, so... I have a feeling today's daily is going to go down in the books as one of the easier ones. I don't necessarily... I didn't even see that guy there. I don't necessarily foresee a high ranking for us. But I think it's almost impossible for us to be ranked terribly. I mean, this is actually an embarrassing way to finish it, but I peeped the leaderboards a little bit when I looked at it earlier, and I was like... The high score is like 63,000, which obviously, like, that's a break. They've broken the game, and that's good. Like, it's actually, especially if only one person's done it, it's emblematic of, like, some pretty solid play, without a doubt. But, usually if the average is in, like, the 50s, you're not going to be that bad off with, like, a 42 or something like that, which seems like where we're most likely to end up. I completely accept that I probably cost myself 3,000 points on this floor by actually doing it, and I think that that is a fundamental design flaw of the way the dailies are structured, that they actually reward you for turning off the game if you think that you're going to not do so well after a certain point, but, you know, I digress. I don't know if what's worth more, a bomb or a nickel in the point scale? I think if you're at the point in which that actually matters, it doesn't matter. Come on, charge it up. Charge it up. There we go. There we go. What's our card? Hanged Man. Not really that good. So we probably got like 2 rooms left here. I'm ready to go. We probably got like 2 rooms left here. I'm ready to go. I think we've done our part on this daily. And I'm excited to see what awaits us. We should have used compost more frequently to turn, like, rooms with a lot of consumables into flies, maybe. Yeah, the big bummer is definitely that, like, after saying this is the optimal way to play a daily, I went and showed you why it's the optimal way to play a daily. At least a daily that goes to Delirium. Oh well. Life goes on. Plus, I think today is going to be fine for our rank. We really cemented our chance to be in a good spot early on today. Our late game performance might leave a little bit to be desired, but our early game performance, I think, was quite good, so... We're going to be in the 40s somewhere, which is where I'll be in like 12 years as well. Not that strange to think about. People always go, whoa, it's weird to think that in like, you know, 2030, I'll be 40 years old. But it's not really that... It's not really that weird, you know? You've taken math classes. You understand how it works. It would be weird if 2030 came around and you were not as old as you would be if you subtracted that year from your birth year. There we are, 188. I'm accepting that. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.